everyone? This is Crustalmania, and welcome to another video. I believe this is going to be the 44th to the 46th week video, selling results video. And for this week, I sold this Charizard GX card, and the Sun and Moon era right now is booming just because Pokemon X, Y, Z Legends, which is going to be the new Switch 2 game, which is like Legends Arceus, I believe, was announced. Of me recording this video was announced maybe a month ago, and that really skyrocketed all the like mid-era cards. So it's very interesting because the first time I sold this card, I only sold it, I believe, for around like $6. So this one, I think I originally put up on eBay for around $6, just thinking I'd probably get somewhere around the same thing. And oddly enough, for this card, it actually got bid up to about $8, which I was kind of surprised. I mean, the realistic thing is it's a Charizard, so I mean, people really like Charizard, so that's just Charizard itself may drive up in price. But the first one I sold, I remember it was like, I think it went from 5 to 6 or something like that, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, so I priced it pretty much at around the same there. Did not expect it to go to 8, so that was kind of crazy. And then, so basically, this card sold for about $8, and then after sales tax, transaction fees, and the shipping label fee, it came out to about $5.86. For me, I probably lost money on this card because I got this card at the card show for, I believe, around like $5. So when you count like the envelope, tape, printing paper, and ink, probably lost money on this card. But I was just really surprised that it got to $8 in terms of bidding. I thought it was going to sell for $6, which I was like pretty content with, just the first one sold for that much. So really glad that this card is going to its new home. The centering for these promo cards, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not an expert on it. To me, it looks pretty centered, but again, I'm not an expert. I guess you'd have to look for if there are scratches or anything on the card. I mean, the card looked pretty good to me, but that's just me. And again, like I've said in my last couple videos, you might be wondering, like, why would you sell a card if you're not really making a profit on this card? Well, to be quite honest, it's to kind of maintain the top rated seller status, because if you don't really know how that works, basically it's kind of like a slippery slope in terms of like you have to keep selling a certain amount as each month goes on, because after, let's say, like in March of 2024, in March of 2025, the March of 2024 sales don't count, so it keeps moving 1 month forward for the year, kind of going that way. So if you make 0 sales kind of within a stretch of time and a year goes by and you hit that kind of, you don't hit the number that eBay has, which I think is 100 sales for the year, then you're probably going to lose top rated seller status because you didn't really maintain that amount. So that's one of the reasons, but also just because this is kind of the way to continue these videos. Realistically, I'm not really trying to show that I'm making like a lot of money doing this. It's just like to continue, like, oh, I sold this card this week. That is pretty much what would happen. Is at times, as this card market is going crazy, it's super volatile, go up and down, and honestly, you might lose some money selling some cards. And you know, I mean, I think the last couple videos I showed, like, I pretty much, if you average it out, I probably lost more money than gained. That's just kind of coming with the territory. I mean, if you're building kind of your kind of seller profile, is that the best way to put it, then you kind of account for that. But for me, it's just, if I wanted to make more content for this video series, I would have to take some losses. Sure, like I could do things maybe to kind of increase and gain more money. Honestly, I don't have time and I don't really have the patience to do a lot of that. So this is just kind of my way of doing this video series. And yeah, I know, pretty crazy for, you know, posting cards, shipping out cards, and kind of losing money there. But luckily I have like another stream of income that's coming in, so I'm not really dependent on this income at this time period. So it's just kind of like, okay, it's all kind of in for fun and just kind of to create content for this series, but we'll see how much further it goes along, because I don't know really how much I want to lose, and I don't know how much interest I really have in doing this series as well. So anyways, this is the Charizard GX promo card. As I mentioned, Sun and Moon cards have been like kind of exploding in terms of pricing and just in terms of demand for people wanting to collect these cards, just from me watching a bunch of Mimic Brew videos. Honestly, he's probably the only guy in the Pokemon space I really watch nowadays. I don't have much time, but his videos are probably the only ones. So thanks, Mimic Brew, for all the information that I have for all these cards. That definitely does help kind of gauge the market, but also just kind of interesting to see what people are in. I had a funny feeling when Legends ZA was coming out that these mid-era cards would like skyrocket, and kind of my prediction was right. I didn't think it would actually be right, but it seemed to be right so far. So anyways, hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys in a future video. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.